from Soldier Field in Chicago. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Chicago Bears versus Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in week 1.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Ravens take over 1st and 10.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And no one can run the football like Lamar Jackson from the quarterback position. The most dynamic guy with the ball in his hands is probably Michael Vick. Got more accurate throwing the football each and every year in Louisville. But how about this one? A first-round pick in 2017, the number 32 pick in the first round. The last guy to do that at Louisville, Teddy Bridgewater, the same exact pick when he came out.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
A gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
The tackle made at the
Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
First down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Right back to Dobbins on first. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete to Mooney.
Darnold's pass.
That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 13 at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. He'll drop this one down to Cohen.
Darnold's pass.
Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and...
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
Darnold's pass.
Not much there, only a yard.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Darnold from the gun, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first.
Ravens 0.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive with a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
20. First down, Baltimore.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Marquise Brown, the ball carrier.
The numbers for Brown from a week ago: 4 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins on the carry.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. In this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
That keeps the score. Bears 3. Ravens nothing.
Chicago offense set to get started. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
So making 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. On the draw, this is Cohen. And he stopped immediately there.
Cohen, the ball carrier.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Darnold's pass.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st.
Makes the score Bears 6, Ravens 0.
So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
6-0 our score after 1.
Ravens 0.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
At the 36-yard line. 5 yards on the play.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Ball carrier.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
It's a gain of 6.
I'll bet there's just a big sigh of relief now, having finally gotten a 1st down running the football. They've struggled all game long. The defense has had their number. This may help their confidence moving forward.
And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 53 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Step, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens can take the lead now if they hit the extra point. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And this one through the uprights and good. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now Jones. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
onto the field now come the Bears. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He's tackled.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd.
Complete right side to Kmet. Oh, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get this just to the 40. Now we're going to get a stoppage. It appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground. Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Man open left side is Brown.
Jackson.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
It's a gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
45-yard line.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Let's get him. Come on. No.
On 2nd down, Jackson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And another tackle broken. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bears take over.
At their own 19.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 11 yards there, first down. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Faking the give, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And it's third down.
Brings up third down and 13.
Third and long, it's Darnold. He's going to try and go deep again. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Defense.
Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Darnold completes it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. Darnold to throw again. And this will be caught by Mooney. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
More yards.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. Again, Darnold. Flushed out right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
2-yard pickup. Brings up
a reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Oh, my, that's a heck of a tackle right there on third down because they had to swing it out to the back and hope that he could make a play. But let's face it, in order for him to be there and be in that position, in order to make that play, he had to read his keys and not be fooled. Excellent job in the open field.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all, and what they're really seeking is how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
On the pickup.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete here.
Jackson.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Yards to go.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
Jackson.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Robert Quinn.
Credit that sack to Robert Quinn. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And an incomplete pass.
Incomplete on the
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide. They want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Bears.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This one from 48 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to 12-7.
Ravens 7.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in week.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Justin Tucker.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And he completes it to Cohen. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Boy, how good has his defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wound up losing yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
And that is incomplete.
Jackson's pass.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 41-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Darnold, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw is Darnold. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Dobbins, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the punt.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Robert Quinn able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And it's 4th down.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
12. Ravens 10.
So he was struggling a bit, misses a couple, and he bangs a really long one through.
And Brandon, doesn't it just figure? He'd had a few misses, as you noted, but his coach had confidence to run him back out there and let him bomb away from long distance. And this time, he puts it through.
Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Here's Darnold. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He completes this into the hands of Miller.
Darnold.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
It's a gain of 7.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Offense.
The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Offense.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run here with Dobbins. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
9 yards on the pickup, but even after that, they're left with a 3rd and very long.
Yard gain on the play.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
But it brings up 4th down.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He may try and run for this. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Chicago offense set to get started. So you look back to the problems they've had with their kicking game, and their kicker here in this one probably influenced the decision there.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. Because he's had those misses, they didn't want to go back to him. That forced the issue, and they had to go for it there and didn't pick it up. That changes the whole complexion on how you call a game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
40-yard line.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Chicago Bears.
On first down, it's Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
The 48-yard line.
This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
And now here come the Ravens. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 27, Jackson, quick slant to Brown. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's a give to Dobbins. Jackson, option right. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Khalil Mack. 2 yards on the pickup.
Another run here with Dobbins.
At the 9.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
J.K. Dobbins on the carry for Baltimore. He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd.
Jackson now on 3rd down. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
13. Bears 12.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Darnold from the gun. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Randy Gregory. Able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Brings up 2nd down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
False start, offense.
Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Robinson.
Darnold's pass.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
6 yards.
He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first. And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
J.K. Dobbins on the carry.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Khalil Mack able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Down. 3rd and 7.
To throw on 3rd down. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Bilal Nichols providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for Baltimore. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Nifty move. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Darnold's pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Darnold down to throw. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Bears on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Darnold. Hard throw, incomplete.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
A punt of 46, a return of 5.
Take over 1st and 10.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
On the tackle. No gain on
now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. So that one will be accepted. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
On 2nd down, Jackson looking left side. Andrews with it complete.
Jackson's pass complete to Mark Andrews. 5 yards on the play.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Justin Madubuike drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. They'll try to draw here with Dobbins. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. To throw is Jackson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them?
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now Jones. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Darnold on 1st down. The screen pass here to Cohen. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Field goals are going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started. Nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Darnold. That's complete to Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. Darnold completes it. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the 50, it's Darnold. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 39. Now Darnold. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 17-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations.
And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do in the 2-point conversion.
The late touchdown was only half the battle. Now they need the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game. Darnold now to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Everything was riding on that 2-point conversion, and they got it.
They got it. They now have the momentum. Time really dwindling in this game. Now their big deal is make sure they get a good kickoff and don't give up anything big on the defensive end.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
That's the end of regulation.
And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now.
At the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. It's Darnold. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all. And that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there. Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Gain of 7. Brings up third.
On third down, here's Dobbins. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. That catch good for only a couple.
Second and 8 at the 49-yard line. Jackson on the keeper. The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
On third down, Jackson. Man open left side is Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
So back at the midfield stripe now, they'll come up second and long. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on fourth down. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bears will get the football back. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've got it. We've held them down. And the best ones, you really don't hold down for an entire game. They're going to get their catches. Your job is to keep them from being big-time catches that break you down totally.
He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
On the carry. The tackle by Justin Madubuike. That's a gain of 4.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Darnold's pass
I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a dump off here complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
Robert Quinn.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
J.K. Dobbins.
3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. A couple of 1st downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Open man is Duvernay. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Devin Duvernay.
And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Jackson's pass.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a
that's
little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
God.